Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. Today is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and today's discussion point is going to be on what makes people comfortable to see and show homes. Specifically, it falls into two categories. There's the buyers and there's the sellers. Each have a different level of comfort, each have different criteria to make them comfortable. So for buyers, right now, one of the key criteria is, what is the city / the state / the government saying about when you should be going out, what you should be doing when you're out, how long that might be. Certainly if you can go to a park or a beach or something, you might feel more comfortable going to see a home. The second most important thing for buyers is, they're going to start coming back when, one, there's economic stability, where they see, hey, maybe they're not likely to lose their jobs, that things are starting to smooth out, companies are starting to reopen. Number two is making sure that obviously they have gloves and they have masks and they are protecting themselves when they're out. And the third and really most important thing for buyers is that sellers are agreeable. Sellers have their home on the market and sellers are saying, welcome into my home, come and take a look at it, and we want you to be there because we want to sell. So that's the buy side of the equation. What makes sellers comfortable? Well, the sellers obviously want the buyers to have gloves and they want them to have masks. They also want them to remove their shoes. But before even all of that happens, sellers want buyers to make sure they've done a 3D walkthrough, so by the time they get there, they really like the place online. They love the place. It's not just pictures. They spent a lot of time with the 3D. Also, sellers are requiring a very stringent pre-approval. Not just something you go online and you get a piece of paper, but that you're talking and working with a real mortgage professional and that the seller can see that you are qualified, that you have submitted your W-2s and the rest of your paperwork so that there is a high confidence that you're going to be able to get this mortgage from your lender. So that's the second piece of it. The third piece of it is, beyond the gloves and the shoes and the masks, it's that there needs to be a process for a seller to feel comfortable for a stranger to come into their home. And what does that mean? It means now that the weather is warmer, it means airing it out, having your windows open, getting some of that air out. Also, air purifiers, having those in your place so that if there's the bad air coming in, that you can get it purified with a HEPA filter. And then third, that everything gets wiped down. Every surface that a buyer touches, from doorknobs to light switches to countertops, everything gets wiped down so that a seller can feel comfortable letting someone into their home, knowing that they're not bringing in the virus with them and that they're not breathing it out accidentally, they're not touching something and leaving it there accidentally, so that, and that the number of buyers that actually come through the home are limited to just those that are the very most serious buyers. So that's today's discussion point on what makes people comfortable seeing and showing homes. Today's hot topic. It's a variation on the hot topic that continues over and over and over again in this market. Here we are, May 5th, 2020, and it's prices. What are they going up? Are they going down? What's going on with the housing market? I get asked this question a dozen times a week by clients, by strangers, online, in video chat, in chat rooms. What's going on with the market? And rightfully so. Everybody wants to know. If you're a buyer, you want to know. If you're a seller, you want to know. So some of the good news. If you read some articles like in today's Wall Street Journal, prices are up across the country. There's a very detailed article about that. Some anecdotal evidence. I've talked to some of my colleagues down in Palm Beach, Florida. Their business is booming right now, literally booming. So those buyers are there, and but the thing is that when it comes to real estate, everything is local. Everything is local. And really, to get more specific than that, we'll take a look at the April numbers where Hoboken had 21 contracts in in April, and downtown Jersey City only had 7. They're basically connected. So there's a big difference there between what's happening in Hoboken and what's happening in Jersey City. Yeah, the market is still slower in both, just waiting for that day when the floodgates open. But that's a big difference in terms of the local. So what does that mean in terms of prices? Well, a couple of things. Prices are sort of like aircraft carriers. They are very slow. They may move quickly at times, but the people driving the ships tend to be very slow about the reaction. Meaning that sellers, even if the market does drop, sellers won't drop right away. They will wait it out. Right now, if you carried a place vacant or you carried it at all, it's about 0.5% a month to carry it. So if you as a buyer come in with, say, a 5% discount, a seller's looking at that, weighing that over, I could carry this for 10 months. Can I get a better price in 3 months from now? Can I get a better price in 6 months from now? Look, things are opening up every day. The experts are saying that, that this whole thing is not likely to affect home prices overall. So, a seller should be asking their experts, asking their trusted advisors, and likely waiting unless they have to sell their home or they have a better deal somewhere else. They're not giving a big discount right now. It's just not really happening, and it's not honestly likely to happen. I mean, there are one-offs, but that's to be seen. A couple of other points is like, hey, where is the market? Well, pre-lockdown, we had one of the best January and Februarys that we've had in 5 years. I mean, the number of homes and the prices were rising. The number of homes under contract was super high. We still have historically low interest rates. I mean, the money is cheap right now. It's still cheap. If you combine that with the fact that the real estate market is a cornerstone of the economy. We've had some problems with the economy, with everybody being out of work for the lockdown, and that will end. But the real estate market is a cornerstone. They are not going to kick the leg out of this leg that's holding up the economy right now. So the government is going to find ways to get people loans and to get people into the homes that they want to get into, or keep the homes that they have, because it's in the benefit of the country and the government and the society to keep the real estate market solid and secure. And if it means a few more tweaks to some loan programs or some forbearance, you're going to see that as well. So where are prices? Prices before the lockdown were starting to climb very quickly. Right now we're in kind of this hold pattern, and then you're going to start to see the floodgates open, and you're going to see this pent-up demand come rushing into the market. So if you are expecting a massive discount, I would strongly caution against it. And this has been today's hot topic about, are prices going up? Are they going down? What's going to be happening with the market and the prices? Thanks. The good, better, best segment. Not the good, bad, ugly, the good, better, best in these times where we need better and best. The good. So I'm riding my Peloton the other day, and I decided that I wasn't going to do one of those crazy rides that, are going to kill me, which they almost always do. But instead, I was going to take a scenic ride, because I haven't really been out to the country, haven't been out too much. So I thought, hey, maybe this is a good way of like seeing a different place, seeing if maybe one day I want to go on vacation there. So I clicked someplace in New Zealand and, started riding. So there were a lot of trees. I was like, wow, I really appreciate trees. It's like I could almost smell the nature coming out from the video. The appreciation of things that you take for granted, that you maybe haven't seen in a while, like going for a hike or going to the beach or going for a walk in the grass. I certainly appreciate it. Hopefully other people will. So it certainly made me appreciate, lying on my couch, looking up on the patio at the clouds going by. Things that, when you're busy, you just don't have the time for. So that's the good. The better. Parks and beaches are starting to open. it fits right into number one, the appreciation. Now you can go out and do it. You can spend some time going for a ride, going for a small hike, going for a walk on the beach. It's way too cold for me to go in the water. It is in August as well. So for me, the beach is really more about looking at it than it is going on it or going in the water. But hey, it's there and you can do it. It's just going on a hike or even going someplace that you can walk around and there's some trees and maybe you can throw the football around or something like that. So the better part is definitely that things are starting to open. And the best is that a lot of companies right now, a lot of my clients, a lot of my commercial clients are talking about planning for the new normal. How do you plan for the new normal? What's it going to look like? Beyond the state regulations, which are probably going to be somewhere between 25 and 50% occupancy, but just all of the different things that you need to plan on, whether you're a daycare or you're a retail or you're a restaurant. How do we manage these things and how do we kind of get to that new normal? And all the businesses that are really starting to think about that and create plans and start to implement plans, because people are going to start opening sooner rather than later. I honestly believe that, and that's the best news that we could possibly hear, is that we're going to be able to get back to some new normal. So I'll leave you with an inspirational quote for today. It is, "Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose." And I really believe that that's what we're at right here, is that we're going to get some freedom coming up. Things are going to start to open. We're already seeing that, and it's really because we've done a very good job so far with the distancing and with the required distancing, and we're kind of getting over this first hump, and it's great and can't wait for it. So this has been the Brian Murray Show. I really appreciate you watching. All of the past episodes of the Brian Murray Show are on my website, themurraypropertygroup.com, on my blog. I do appreciate if you would give me a like or a follow, certainly on Instagram. That would be great. Facebook, YouTube, I'm on there too, but certainly Instagram, join me there. I got some great posts every week. And I do appreciate your feedback. If there is anything, and I mean anything, that you disagree with in the show, please reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.